This is not going to just put that. Now, where do I start? Yeah, this is gonna be my second take on this because there was a whole issue with the connection, but I'm just gonna keep it quick and simple. Um, hey, how are you, fam? Good morning. Welcome back to my live stream. This is the live stream where I woke up this morning feeling brave. Feeling brave to set out and give my opinion, and from the thumbnail, essentially, yeah, you already know what's what's up, what's gonna happen. But before that, I just want to say, yeah, good morning. How are you? Kurumi and Yoshino are fine. So, well, sorry, that's sad. Anyway, yeah, let's just jump in into this. Tell me, Rindo. Tell me, Rindo, why are perspectives so unique, so amazing? Well, of course they are. It's the way that we see things that it's something that is good for us but different to others. What we see is not what others see, and a lot of factors come into play that really change one's perception and one's I suppose outlook on things, and that is very much okay. We learn to accept that people have different opinions and different perspectives of a lot of things. And today, please don't attack me or yeah, whatever. Point being is that I wanted to discuss today my thoughts on Chizuru, because now that we're slowly starting to get the first episodes on the new anime this season. Really looking forward to it. I'm really liking the selection, the to be airing anime, the airing animes in this season. Looking forward to that, and one of which is Rental Girlfriend, an anime that needs almost no introduction because I'm sure most of you have already heard of it, both the good and the bad points of it, probably. Yeah, but for those of you who don't know, it is manga that had an anime adaptation, and it's essentially about this college student, this dude who got dumped by his girlfriend, so he wanted to have take some time and just rent a rental. He applied for this rental girlfriend services, and bada bing bada boom, some turns of due to some events, um he the guy and the girlfriend Chizuru, the rental girlfriend rather, will have to be together in order to convince both of their grandmas that they are dating, or something along those lines. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's essentially it. But yeah, sufficing to say, it is one of those animes really that just like, wow, this is it really took the internet by storm, and a lot of people, again, first time watching it, and those who were massive fans of, who read the manga already before, rather, they like it. But there is still that one part, right, that one part of me upon watching this series that, to some people, to a lot of people, I suppose, yeah, claiming that, sorry, Chizuru is the best girl. And in my most honest opinion, in my opinion, that really won't matter anyway, or it is still a concrete opinion which I believe strongly in, is that Chizuru from this series is really difficult, and just, yeah, I really much prefer Ruka, really, but that's just me. And I want to get into that right now. This is not actually the first time that I've talked about Running to Girlfriend in this channel. I've actually done it so with my buddy who's a fan, or who has read the series, and we just went through all the points of the anime and the manga in general, what to expect, and how this relationship, this formula of a harem rom-com series turns out to be, and I'd argue, I don't know if I would call it a harem. I guess it is, yeah, but it's a type where we already know who's gonna win anyway. That of which is Chizuru, but I don't know about that yet. I've also actually talked about this series. I've actually made a news about it, in which the chapter manga has reached 200 chapters, and people went all ballistic or something like that because of how there was no proper confirmation, I suppose, yeah, confirmation of the feelings and the relationships stance that Chizuru and the main protagonist Kuzuya Kazuya is on. Yeah. But regardless though, it is still a I don't know if I can call it fun. It is a fun. It is interesting to watch, but at the same time, it is so stressful. Really, mainly because on part of the protagonist, because as we follow through his lens, right, through his one of a lot of on his perspective as well, we get to see feel. I get to feel, at least in my opinion, I get to feel this sort of frustration, and I think it's because mainly part of um why how Kazuya as a protagonist really reflects or mirrors that of a dude, much similar to, I don't know about you, but to me, I can feel some parts of myself in Kazuya, the main protagonist, where I go, yep, that is something I would do. Although not all, right? Not all. I'm just saying that it is trashy to be selfish, or this, yeah, all that horrible stuff and selfish stuff, right? But that's just the way it rolls. That's the way cookie crumbles. That's the way it goes, right? But from that, of course, we learn, we change, right? And that's what's important. But that change, man, fam, is taking its time, and especially towards a change or development in the stance of the relationship between Mizuhara, the protagonist, rather, yeah, the protagonist and Chizuru, right? Now, the second season of Rent a Girlfriend, I expecting a lot from it. Honestly, I'm just curious to see um how how it rolls, because I'm sure a lot of people, if not, I guess, I suppose, or just people, I'm sure, like such as myself, after they've watched the anime, went to take a look on the manga, and the manga readers as well, who are already following the manga before the anime, also probably continued on reading the manga, and just how there's a lot of things going on. And again, it really gets crazy, a lot of really sad moments, if, if I do say so myself. It is really emotional, really. It's a really an interesting story. But apart from that, really, it's amongst the characters that drive it well. I mean, like for most stories, right? But man, when I say that, I mean these characters are interesting as heck. I mean, Christ Almighty, never have I been so um unbalanced towards my feelings about a harem series. And if you know me, I love me some harems, even the trashy ones at that. But Rental Girlfriend, fam, is one of a kind for me, really. It's ibang klase talaga. It's another class. And yeah, now what I wanna discuss first is Chizuru, right? Um, as a heroine, without the involvement of a romantic aspect, without the involvement of the protagonist, for instance, in this scenario or in this case, right? If we hypothetically put it that way, then I would argue that Chizuru really is a good waifu character. I mean, she has the rental job going on just so she can, practice acting in one way. And there's also her acting career, trying to really work her hardest in order to land a job or a spot on the cast or something. And there's also that juggling, and there's also that considering she has to also juggle university work. And I know that myself, because it is hard to juggle things. But she still does her best to make time for all that, and finding killing two birds with one stone, that type of deal. So yeah, I would really say that in that scenario, Chizuru is really great. But you add in a character, a protagonist like Kazuya, right? And this is where things get crazy because the way Kazuya acts is so, I don't know, this how I want to say, disruptive to the flow of Chizuru's vibe. If you get what I'm saying, right? It's just, I don't know. This is just how I feel, but I understand. I really understand that he also has a lot going on for him, and that, yeah, along the way, the further down you go into the manga, you would see a lot of reasons, a lot of events rather, that really make you wanna, you know, pat him on the back and the like, especially in regards to their family. I'm not gonna spoil on that arena yet, in that area, because again, it really is an interesting series, a really good series. But going back to the protagonist, hot damn. I mean, he has that clear arrow, right? He has that clear arrow, and Chizuru is just like this target that's difficult to aim at. You know what I'm saying? Ruka is, from what I understand, what Ruka is like, yeah, I love her already from day one. I mean, if you already have someone who is locked in on, who's guaranteed rather to be a romantic interest and guaranteed to be with you, then why not just take it? I mean, Ruka isn't that bad after all, despite the many things that she has done over the course of the manga, which, yeah, I know some of you fam imaginary chat are also like, no, stop what you're doing, get out, that type of deal. Mami as well, I mean, we get to also know her side of the story. But again, me and my buddy were also discussing back and forth about the this whole situation with Mami, right? Mami is, I understand where she's coming from, but this, how do I put this without spoiling it? Simply put, just leave it at that. Just leave it at that, because you don't. If you want to say that you wanted to protect something for the sake of something, then just let them, have it at their own volition or own responsibility and the like, to, to for the outcome to be like that. There's no need for this interference bullcrap, because I really believe that, for whatever reason, I think it's because of how long I've witnessed Chizuru and Kazuya together, is that they both make a great pair. They both make a great pair, if only Chizuru was not being all double negative. But the fact of the matter is that their, again, what I said, their confirmation and their stance on the relationship is what really makes it difficult to see whether if it's the real deal or not. It just makes you want to go, just scrap it off and just go with Ruka. I felt that way time by time before. Yes, gotta be honest. Actually, I still do feel that way. I haven't caught up on the latest chapters yet, but you know. But anyway, Chizuru in the anime sense, right? I'm gonna now be talking about the anime only. For those of you who haven't watched it, there's gonna be a bit of spoilers, or not really, because I also forgot most of it. But I'm gonna be rewatching that. Yeah, Chizuru in the anime acted as this, yes, indeed a perfect and best girl, but sorry, excuse me, without considering first the what happens later in the manga events, or what's gonna happen rather in the second season. Looking back at the first season, I can say that Chizuru is still pretty unclear with her feelings. I think it's also, in my opinion, I suppose it's also has something to do with the way it's being animated. It does make her look so cute, but at the same time, like, a lot of these moments, especially when she makes the when their faces become a bit cartoony or cartoonized or something like that. I forgot the term, moe, right? It's like that breaks me. It kind of breaks the whole idea of her being this person, which I know that she's not. I know that she is really, yeah, again, funny and all that, but I don't know. I guess it's the way she acts, really, in response to Kazuya. And this is where I go back to how Chizuru, with the involvement of a romantic interest, and in this case, romantic interest being Kazuya, his character, his personality, him being him, influencing towards Chizuru, it's become this zigzag, jigsaw, scrambled eggs, really really twisted, really difficult to untangle unless if you chop it like the Gordian knot type of deal, where you would you would think that if only they'll be honest with their feelings, then it would all work out. But the fact is that she needs to do whatever she did. She needs to really act as the rental girlfriend to in order to provide funds and to also get that practice going on. She's doing that for her dream, for her aspirations, which I really admire about. But you know what? I think I think it is indeed in part of the the protagonist Kazuya who who made this whole situation even more messy. Yeah, and I stand by that, I suppose. I don't know. But regardless though, the way Chizuru acts with him, like, I get where she's coming from, but like, come on, at least you gotta handle it in a more subtle, more direct way. But although, yes, again, in the anime, you would see hints of Chizuru developing some feelings for Kazuya, right? And even landing some really sweet events here and there. But I don't know. Overall, I just think that she may not be top tier, right? Don't get me wrong. Yeah, I stand by that. She's not top tier. She is, for me, along the B to A tier, to be honest. Or I think that's already top. I should probably change the title to this to be more specific. But what I'm getting on with this is that in the anime, what I expect Chizuru to have, or what the manga readers, or the readers who've read the manga after getting to know the anime, or after getting to introduced to the series from the anime, would sort of expect to know how it's gonna be. Because at the end of the day, really, at the end of the chapters, at the end of the timeline of events, you already know what's gonna happen, and you question yourself, why do we need to watch this anime? Why do we need to add more fuel, more pain to a lot of these moments in the manga in which you feel really frustrated and see that getting animated? Why do we need to see that? And to that, I simply answer, well, because for my part, I'm curious to see how it is being portrayed. And most of all, really see the emotion packed into it, really. Frustration in condensed, in animated form, condensed in its purest form, something like that. And yeah, if you want to see an anime, regardless if you've read the manga or not, then do it. Please do. It's anime. You can watch it, you cannot. But at the end of the day, or really, you just get to enjoy it for what it is. And who knows? Maybe there are some people who haven't read the manga and want to know how what's going on in the anime. There's also that. And where I'm going, I'm not saying that the anime shouldn't happen. The anime should happen, right? I'm really curious to see how they're gonna add a lot of the events, or at what event will they stop into the anime. But it's really, at the end of the day, again, the outcome of the whole story thus far, right? as we already know what's going to happen, we should just be, thankful, of course, grateful, prepared, and just overall letting loose and enjoying the anime. Because although I do not I don't want to get hurt. I want to max out my defense. I don't want to get add more fuel to the fire, to the flame of seeing such events. It's an anime, and I'm just curious to see how it all comes to fruition and how it's being portrayed. And yeah, with that being said, take care, family. Take care. It's Sunday for me, early morning, the Sunday, and yeah, I hope your day goes well. And that's all about I want to say, really. Hi, imaginary chat. Lonely, lonesome, me again. You know, I just wanna. It's just a few chill moments, I suppose. I want to talk about um the anime this season. Yeah, again, looking forward to it. Chizuru, it hurts to see her act like this, but what can we do? If we already know what's gonna happen, then just let it be. The anime is not gonna change anything, or will it? I don't know. It's not. Probably not. Yeah, but yeah, you know, just let's just enjoy it for what it is. And I feel like where I'm going with this is, or what I'm talking about really is something similar to with data life, in the sense that, like, light novel readers already know what's gonna happen. Myself included, I'm just curious to see how it goes because I haven't read the light novel. I'm an anime only watcher. I did read the light novel, um, a few chapters of it, yeah, but that's about it really. Um, Kuz Kazuha. Kazuya is yeah, really interesting character.